Hey everyone, and welcome to Roy Adid. We're the channel that digs deep into the past to unearth some of history's most fascinating secrets. Today, we are heading to the land of pharaohs. We're talking towering pyramids and chilling curses. So if you enjoy this journey back in time, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and drop a comment below. Ready? Let's go. You know, for centuries, two monumental questions have puzzled pretty much everyone. First, how on earth did an ancient civilization build these jaw-dropping structures without any of our modern tech? And second, is that legendary Pharaoh's curse, the one that promises death to anyone who disturbs a tomb, is it actually real? Well, today we're going to tackle both. Okay, let's start with our first case file, the engineering. We're looking at the Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu more than 4,500 years ago. This thing is so massive, so precise, it almost feels like it shouldn't exist. It just seems impossible. Just try to wrap your head around this number for a second. The Great Pyramid is made of about 2.3 million individual stone blocks. Each one had to be cut from a quarry, transported across the desert, and then lifted into the perfect position. The logistics of that alone are just staggering. And if that wasn't mind-boggling enough, get this. Some of those blocks weighed up to 15 tons. To put that in perspective, that's heavier than a couple of large elephants. And that is the heart of the mystery, isn't it? So the big question is, how did they pull it off? Seriously, with no cranes, no trucks, no modern machinery, how do you move something that heavy? For the longest time, historians were stumped. But thanks to some clever experiments where researchers actually try to recreate these ancient techniques, we think we have the answer. And the solution is, well, it's absolutely brilliant in its simplicity. They would place a huge stone on a sledge and then pour water on the sand right in front of it. Now, not too much water, not too little, just the right amount makes the sand firm up and dramatically reduces the friction. This one simple trick literally cut the force needed to pull the sledge in half. It's an incredible testament to their ingenuity. But their genius didn't stop at just moving rocks. The three main pyramids at Giza align almost perfectly with the three stars in Orion's belt. And this wasn't an accident. For the Egyptians, Orion was connected to Osiris, the god of rebirth, so their greatest structures on Earth mirrored their pathway to the afterlife in the stars. Just wow. All right, so we've seen their incredible engineering. Now let's shift gears and step into the shadows of the tomb. Because in 1922, one of the most famous legends in history was born, the Curse of the Pharaoh. Imagine you're the archaeologist Howard Carter. You've just broken through into the untouched tomb of King Tutankhamun, and this is the inscription that supposedly greets you. A very clear, very chilling warning to anyone who dared to enter. And, as it turns out, it wasn't an empty threat. It started just a few months after the tomb was opened. Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the whole thing, died suddenly from an infected mosquito bite. Spookily, at the very moment he passed away, all the lights across Cairo suddenly went out. And then, over the next few years, other members of the expedition team started dying in mysterious, untimely ways. The story of the curse absolutely exploded. For decades, that was the story, a tale of supernatural revenge. But what if the culprit wasn't a curse? What if it was something much, much smaller? Something you could only see with a microscope? Modern science has a very different theory. You see, when you seal a tomb for 3,000 years, it becomes the perfect petri dish. Inside that dark, undisturbed space, dangerous molds and bacteria can survive, just lying dormant for millennia. And the moment that tomb was unsealed, those ancient pathogens were released into the air, potentially exposing the archaeologists to some really nasty, sometimes fatal, lung infections. So you end up with these two completely different explanations. On one hand, you have the legend, a magical curse protecting a king. And on the other, you have the science, a sealed environment full of toxic fungal spores. It's easy to see how a world without modern microbiology could look at the strange illnesses and see a supernatural warning. So you got this amazing story, from the sheer brilliance of using simple physics to literally move mountains, to a terrifying legend that might actually be explained by tiny, microscopic organisms. The story of ancient Egypt really shows us that sometimes the truth is even more incredible than the myth. And that brings us to the big question for you. What do you believe? Was it a sacred curse? A warning from a pharaoh reaching out from beyond the grave? Or was it a tragic scientific reality, a hidden danger that was sealed away for 3,000 years? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories. Our exploration of history never ends, so make sure you subscribe to Roy Edit and hit that notification bell because next time we're searching for another wonder of the ancient world, the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon. You are not going to want to miss that one. Thanks for joining us.